Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. Thanks for joining me here today. Today we got a special treat for you. We're going to restore a Hot Wheels Hot Heap. Now this car is one of the original Sweet 16 cars, and this car will also be given away when I reach my 2,000 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away an entire restored Sweet 16 set. And excuse the pun, but how sweet is that? So this car here is got a lot of paint missing. This one happens to be a US version because of the clear windshield and the suspension arm in the back. It's all listed in the book, and it just needs a good overhaul. So let's go ahead and get started right away. I've already drilled out the post to take the car apart. Now the engine is one of the posts, and then the rear post is part of the car. Got to pop out the interior and the windshield. There we go. Let's look at the body. Now the body, it doesn't look like there's a lot of toning, but we won't know till we get the paint off. There's a lot of flea bites on it, and there is a lot of paint missing. So we're going to have to strip the paint off that, polish it up, and see what we got. Windshield seems to be in pretty good shape. We just need to polish that up. That'll look good. The interior, just a little bit of scrubbing with a toothbrush and some soapy water. That'll be good. The engine definitely needs to be polished, and we got to drill out that post. And then the base, the chassis here, the wheels seem awful darn sloppy, but hey, it's all we got, so we'll have to work with it. The bottom is tarnished, so we're going to have to put that in some lime away and water to take away the tarnish, and we'll scrub it up and make it look really good. Sounds great. Now let's go ahead and get that body into the paint stripper. Go ahead and cover it up with the citrus strip. Make sure you get the underside and you get the top. This stuff works slow, but it works good. I do have a couple cans of the aircraft stripper before they started taking it off shelves. Something to do with the chemicals in there that I guess people were getting really injured from it or sick from it or gargling with it or something. I don't know. Don't do that. That's not good for you. Now we need to put the base in the mixture of lime away and water. This will help remove the tarnish. Now because this thing has a radiator on the front where the two headlights are, I'm going to have to put this at an angle because it's not deep enough, or there's not enough fluid in there to cover the entire thing. So I'll just prop this up a little bit here, and that will help. Yeah, I could make a little bit more mixture, but the majority of the cars I do, I don't have a problem with. This one here, like I said, has got that radiator that props it up. Now I could put it in there upside down, but then I can't keep an eye on it when the tarnish is being removed. All right, well let's let that sit for just a little bit.
Several minutes later.
After approximately 4 minutes, look at how the oxidation on there is being removed. It's very, very active. It's just about time to remove that from the lime away and water mixture, and that's a 50-50 mixture if you're just tuning into my station for the first time. Let it sit for approximately 4 minutes, and then we're going to pull it out and we're going to scrub it down with a brass brush. Man, a lot of activity there. This is going to look good once we take it out and scrub it. Make sure you have your rubber glove on here, your little latex glove. You don't want to get that lime away on your fingers and like that. And make sure you wear your safety glasses. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that little bell to be alerted to any future videos that come out. So take that brass brush, scrub it down, and that'll help remove any stubborn tarnish to come off your vehicle here. Now I'll get the exhaust pipes and I'll get the front and the back and the sides as best as I can. But that this will really take it off and it'll make it look really nice. How much of that's foaming up? There's still quite a bit of tarnish on there. When you're done with this, then you're going to take it to the sink and you're going to wash it down with soap and water and scrub any excess residue off there, and that'll look really nice. And then if you want to, you can polish it up. But sometimes it's not necessary because it turns out so well. Now we got the body out of the paint stripper. We're going to put some Blue Magic polishing cream on there, and we're going to buff this out to a high shine. This is going to look nice. Now we need to put some new shoes on this beast. Take your thumb, put it on either side of the tire, and slowly push it away. There you go. Now again, if the wheels are really sloppy or if it feels like the bearing is going to pull off, just stop and clip off that wheel. I will save the wheels if I can, and if I can't, I'll cut them off because it's awful hard to get replacement axles and bearings for these cars. Every one on this particular car, the bearing and the wire axle that holds it on is independent of itself. And if it breaks off, guys, you're pretty much done. Unless you decide to put a axle tube in there and do it that way. But why do that if you can have the original? Using your little tool that I got from the Redline shop, I'm going to go ahead and use my thumb and press those on there really nice so they're on there good and firm. They look good. Alright. Brand new shoes. Now we just got to use that tool and try and straighten up the wires a little bit. Guys used to take these cars and to send them down the track, they would bend the axles so only a small amount of tire was on the track, and then that way there they would go faster because there was less friction. So that's why if you find these cars, the axles are normally bent down and inwards so the cars will run faster. Put on some light mist coats of paint just to get you a good base here. Now we're going to restore this to the original purple. Apologize for the camera angle. Sometimes it's hard for me to see when I'm filming and when I'm painting and doing certain things. I'll definitely work on that in the future. I'm using approximately 20 pounds of pressure. Now the more pressure you use, the more paint comes out. So you got to be careful of that because you don't want to saturate your car when you're painting. Always put down several mist coats of paint on and let them get tacky in between. That way there you'll have a good base coat and it gives a good tooth for the rest of the paint to grab onto, to hold on to. If you saturate it, it's going to run and it's not going to look very well. And keep rotating when you paint. Getting all the hard to reach areas first if you possibly can. There we go. This is starting to look really, really nice. Just a few more coats here and there and we'll be ready to set this aside. I try and let my cars sit for approximately 24 hours before I touch them and do anything else. Now, if you are using an oven, which a lot of guys do, and I have one, but I haven't used it yet, a little toaster oven or like that, or the big oven in the house, I heard they let those cars sit in the oven for approximately 2 to 3 hours at 170 degrees. I'll try it someday. Let's let this set.
Meanwhile, back in the graveyard.
Now we're going to come back in and put a little bit heavier coats on, or the saturation coats. Again, be careful. Keep rotating your car so you don't get any runs. If you get any runs, guys, you might be able to sand them down and touch them up again with some paint. But 9 times out of 10, if you got those runs, you're going to have to strip the paint down and do it all over again. And there are times when that happens to me, and I just strip it down and do it again. Kind of pisses me off, but I do what I have to do. That's starting to look really nice. There we go. Well, we got all our parts together here. We got the base with the new wheels, and the front end's been painted in. It's been polished up. The engine has been polished up, and that looks fantastic. I'm very happy with the way that turned out. The body looks really nice. That's all nice and shiny. The interior looks great. And the windshield, all I did was polish it up, and that looks fantastic too. Let's put this all together and do our reveal. And this is what we started with. A Hot Wheels Hot Heap. One of the original Sweet 16 cars. It definitely looks well played with for sure. We need to put some new wheels on there. We definitely need to repaint it and polish it up and bring it back to its former glory. And this is what we got. A beautifully restored Hot Wheels Hot Heap. A beautiful purple paint. The windshield's nice and clean and shiny. The interior looks fantastic. We've got brand new wheels on there. The engine is polished up. And this car is definitely ready to go into someone's collection. Now this car will be added to the group of cars I'll be giving away when I get to my 2,000th subscriber. I'm going to be giving away an entire set of restored Sweet 16 cars. And this is one of them that'll go into that collection. I had a lot of fun with this one. This was definitely a cool build. And I've got a whole bunch of other ones. I've got a Diora build coming soon and a few other ones to complete that Sweet 16 set that I'm going to be giving away. Now, I did recently open up a Patreon account. And those everybody that contributes to the Patreon account will help with the supplies that I need to continue on with my YouTube channel. Here I'd like to thank Aaron Murphy, Jim Silva, who has a YouTube page for Diecast. Please check out Jim's page. He does some great work. And Chris Smith, my friend, thank you so much for supporting and being a member of the Diecast Graveyard team. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Diecast Graveyard. I've had a great time with this build, and I appreciate you checking out all the rest of my other videos. And stay tuned for that 2,000 subscriber. Tell your friends, because the sooner we get to it, the sooner we give it away. Take care.